Welcome to the Italian Wine Podcast. This episode has been brought to you by the Wine to Wine Business Forum 2022. This year will mark the 9th edition of the forum to be held on November 7th and 8th of 2022 in Verona, Italy. This year will be an exclusively in-person edition. The main theme of the event will be all-round wine communication. Tickets are on sale now, so for more information, please visit us at winetowine.net.
Welcome to Wine, Food and Travel with me, Marc Millon, on Italian Wine Podcast. Listen in as we journey to some of Italy's most beautiful places in the company of those who know them best, the families who grow grapes and make fabulous wines. Through their stories, we will learn not just about their wines, but also about their ways of life, the local and regional foods and specialities that pair naturally with their wines, and the most beautiful places to visit. We have a wonderful journey of discovery ahead of us, and I hope you will join me. Welcome to Wine, Food and Travel with me, Marc Millon, on Italian Wine Podcast. Today we travel to Sardinia to visit Tenuta Biodinamica in the northeast of the island. I'm delighted to be joined by my guest today, Davide Marino, who is the export manager at this biodynamic estate in Gallura. Buongiorno, Davide. It's high summer in Sardinia, and I'm guessing it's very hot.
Good morning, Mark. Yes, in Sardinia is a very hot period. The temperature is very, very high, and no rain. 40-45 centigrade, the medium, especially in this week. Very, very hard.
40 to 45. That's oppressively hot.
The wind is hot right from the south, and it's no easy to work in this mode this year. It's very, very hot period.
Very challenging. Well, to give our listeners a picture of where the Tenuta Biodinamica is located, can you describe this part of Sardinia, what the landscape it is like, what's unique and special about Gallura, but also the challenges, I guess, with this heat and with the conditions, especially with the biodynamic aspects of the estate?
Well, Masone Mannu is born in 1982, this estate. We bought, the family Emendatori bought this estate in July 2018. And from after the harvest, we start with the process for agriculture biodynamic way, like in Rimini, where we have the other winery, Tenuta Mara. So the experience that we was in Tenuta Mara, we bring in Masone Mannu too. And is a winery located in Monti. Monti is a little city about 25 kilometers from the Olbia airport. So from the coast is about 30 kilometers. And well, Masone Mannu is a really wild land because we have find amazing winery, Masone Mannu, with the type of soil is especially granitic rock and sandy. And the vineyard is like in a wild situation because inside Masone Mannu we have a natural lake, we have a plant of olive oil, many plants of olive oil. We have many plant production of cork. So we find a very interesting vineyard to work with, especially white grape, because in the north of Sardinia we found Vermentino di Gallura. Is a DOCG, so it's most important production. But there is other kind of grape too, like Canonau, like Carignan, like Bovale Sardo. Bovale Sardo is a unique grape you can find only in Sardinia.
Okay, so I'm imagining this quite wild landscape with the granite rock outcrops, this granite which is such an important to giving the character above all to the Vermentino grape. Near the sea, but another world. Inland Sardinia is another world from that affluent coast of the northeast or the Costa Smeralda where the big yachts are, and a different world completely. So the Emendatori family decided to come to Sardinia in 2018. What was the decision behind this? Why Sardinia? Rimini is completely different. You're talking about landscapes that couldn't be more different.
The family Emendatori have the second house in Porto Cervo, in Esmeralda Coast. So every summer going to make like an holiday period of holiday in Sardinia. And during the 2018, Emendatori are looking for find other winery to produce, especially white wine, because in Tenuta Mara in Rimini we have totally Sangiovese grape, no? And regarding the commercial, Mark, is most important that you have a white wine too. So during the 2018, we are looking for find a winery in Italy where there is the production of white wine. And in the meantime, arrived a friend of Emendatori and tell him that there is Masone Mannu on sale, and Mr. Giordano going to see Masone Mannu and fall in love immediately because Masone Mannu is a very special estate. Was in 1982 was the first estate sell the wine directly, not the grape to the name is Cantina Sociale, no? In Monte. So and Masone Mannu is one of the estate important for release independent wine, no, for sale. And so
would that have been the Vermentino back then?
Exactly. Because the other winery give the grape to the Cantina Sociale Monti, but don't production a bottle of wine. Masone Mannu was the first winery independent to product a wine, a bottle, and sell to HoReCa channel and private customer arrive from holiday, especially.
Okay, that's important.
But the particular of Masone Mannu is really the ambient, no? The climate, the soil, give us a very vertical wine, a very mineral wine, white wine, very sometimes strong, because Vermentino is a strong white wine. It's not soft, no? Look like sometimes to Verdicchio in the style, Verdicchio from Marc,
Yes, in fact, and the Vermentino di Gallura has a completely different character, for example, to the Pigatto or the Vermentino from Liguria, the Favorito from Roero, or the Vermentino in Tuscany as well. Much more structure, much more body and character, I guess. And you're finding that I imagine this Masone Mannu had old vines, and were these old vines that had been on the estate for decades or longer?
Yes, Masone Mannu have, when we bought Masone Mannu, the estate, the vineyard was like 15 hectares dedicated to the grape. About totally 50 hectares totally the property, okay? And we have employed the property. So at the moment, Masone Mannu is 100 hectares of property, and we want to arrive to plant about 50 hectares. So this is the mission of Masone Mannu, especially in Vermentino di Gallura grape. It's a unique crop, single estate, yes.
Well, let's keep talking about Vermentino, about the vinification and how you achieve this wine with structure and character and concentration of flavors and aromas?
Well, Masonemano, the production of white wine is dedicated to 4 labels. The most important is Petrizza, most important for the quantity. Petrizza, the harvest is sometimes is in the end of August. Medium period is the end of August. The fermentation is spontaneously, and we work with a natural cement right now.
Okay.
So the grape is picked up. We have a scanner machine who read the single grape and take it off. A grape burns, leaves, some animal. No, the scanner machine make a very very best selection of grape. After that, the grape going in the natural cement is like the form of this cement is like a tulip. No, is about 3,800 liter the container. And we do many remouage a day for start the fermentation. And the fermentation during about 10 days. And then we cleaning a little bit, no filtration, only cleaning. And stay until the end of February, middle of March in this container. And then we bottle it. Stay like 1 month in bottle, and sometimes we present the wine during the Italy period.
Okay. So a real natural approach to the winemaking.
Completely natural approach. Completely, the yeast is completely indigenous. There is no acidification. Is a totally natural way.
Controlling the temperature in these concrete tanks?
Yes, we can check the temperature, but we don't freeze the container. We have the possibility to control the temperature about 1 centigrade, or less or plus.
Okay. So you're really letting the fermentation take its natural course.
Yeah, completely, yeah, exactly. The other label is Costa Arenas. Costa Arenas come from a vineyard have medium 25 years old, and have more structure of wine, and the procediment of fermentation is the same of Petrizza, but stay some more time in a container until May. Okay, and we have bottled in June. In June we bottled Costa Arenas and start the commercial season.
Are you enjoying this podcast? There is so much more high-quality wine content available from Mama Jumbo Shrimp. Check out our new wine study maps or books on Italian wine, including Italian Wine Unplugged and much, much more. Just visit our website, mamajumboshrimp.com. Now, back to the show.
The third label is HoReCa. HoReCa work in a French oak. So we work with a tonneau about 500 liter. We use a Taransaud tonnellerie because we find in Taransaud a good quality of French oak. And regarding HoReCa stay in a French oak about minimum 12 months.
Okay, so 3 very different expressions of Vermentino di Gallura.
3 different expressions. And burn in 2 years ago, a new label is Fontana Manna. Fontana Manna is the grape we find in a different site, is about 400 meter, and we find the grape a little bit different than the other sites. Fontana Manna, when you try this wine, look like a Riesling, you know.
Interesting.
There are hydrocarburi parfum. There is very particular wine, stronger, more stronger than the other, but it's a very surprise.
Oh, fascinating.
It's not easy to propose to the restaurant, because when you go with this Vermentino, the people look you and say, "This is Sauvignon, Riesling, what is?" No, this is Vermentino. But
Oh, how interesting. I imagine that might be a wine that would age well as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course, Vermentino is the white wine that will be enjoyed on the coast with these wonderful feasts of seafood.
Especially yes. Patrizia is most using by the glass in a wine bar because it's a wine you can make an aperitif. It's more easy, no?
What would be some of the typical Sardinian seafood dishes you would enjoy with your various Vermentino wines?
Well, all the plate where there is fresh fish, like carpaccio, like capesante, like oyster, and a typical plate with the seafood with the crust, no?
So that minerality of the Vermentino would really pair well with the local fish and shellfish.
Last time I eat artichoke and natural with the botarga upstairs.
Interesting. Artichoke can be difficult to pair with wines.
Yeah, it's very strong, but with Puntana Manna was a very interesting pairing.
Now, the red wines of Mazzone Manu are also interesting. The Cananao, of course, which is Garnacha, Grenache.
Yes, the Canonau is more freshness. It's totally different than the south of Sardinia. No, in the south, the Canonau is stronger, is more fruity, have I mean a fat tannin. No, instead in the north, Canonau is more easy, is a freshness to drink, is more drinkable, and our Canonau we work in natural concrete too, and is a wine is not dedicated to a long period to stay in bottle. No, what I mean is a wine that you have to consume in maximum 2 or maximum 3 years after the bottling.
Could you drink that a little bit chilled in the summer?
Especially is better to drink chilled. Yes. Yes, it's more freshness, have a good acidity. The tannin is soft. And another thing is that the pH in our soil is high. We have a pH about less or more 3.94, the pH of the wine. So our wine is very smooth, is very soft. The acidity is have a good balance. We don't have a wine with very high acidity. Okay, so this you can find especially in the red wine, in Canonau and in Carignan. Carignan look like Merlot, so is a little bit green.
A fruitier style?
Yeah. Look like Merlot. You know the Merlot that you can drink like in Friuli, in the northeast of Italy, no?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Rich of tannin, black in the color, and have a little bit more acidity than Canonau.
Okay. And the Bovale Sardo, a grape people don't encounter very often. Tell us about
Bovale
Bovale.
Sardo is a very surprise because I have drink Bovale Sardo mixed to Canonau for release a rosé. Okay. But in the vintage 2020, we have tried to work Bovale Sardo alone to make a red wine. And surprise, we obtain a red wine very, very interesting. Very soft, very dark color, and there is no, I think, another wine to competition to Bovale Sardo. I don't find it at the moment because
Oh, interesting. So quite light tannins.
yeah, is a stay to Canonau to Carignan in the middle. Okay, for because Canonau to Carignan is completely different, no? Sensation when you drink this wine. And Bovale Sardo stay in the middle. Have a dark color, fruity noise, vegetal, and sweet tannin. It's a very interesting. I don't find many Bovale Sardo alone. Bovale Sardo, especially in Sardinia, is used to mix with other red grape to obtain a rosé.
Okay, so that's very interesting.
That, in the north, in Porto Cervo, in Esmeralda Coast, the rosé going very better for sale. I think is one of the unique zone in Italy where there is a very quantity of commercial of rosé wine, because is rosé still, is not sparkling.
This would be again to enjoy in the restaurants of the coast.
Exactly.
I'm interested in this contrast between Sardinia and Romagna. So different. The areas couldn't be more different. Rimini in the summer and the Costa Smeralda, two different worlds. And then, of course, we have this interior of Sardinia that's wild and not so inhabited. And, the shepherds with the sheep and the roast porchedou, different food traditions. So the wines that you're making are also made for these Sardinian food traditions.
Well, in Romagna, the area is dedicated to the holiday. Young people come from the discotheque, no? But there are changing right now. There are many family come in Rimini to make an holiday. There are many restaurants make a good quality of plate, no? And especially here you can find Sangiovese, because this is an area of Sangiovese near the sea. So it's not Sangiovese you can find in the center, like in Forlì, Faenza, or Bologna. So it's more freshness.
Again, more fresh in the way that the red wines you're making in Sardinia are fresher styles.
Yeah, we have find a similar kind of wine, no? Change the quality of the grape, change the grape, but the style look like. If you try our wine in Tenuta Mara and you try the wine in Masonemanno, you can find the same way, okay? The same hand to make a wine with different grapes.
How interesting. That's really interesting. And as well, the fact that both estates are being cultivated biodynamically, which is really allowing
The agronomist is the same. The agronomists that work in Tenuta Mara work in Masonemanno too. In both wineries, there is no winemaker, but there are two young guys working in the vineyard and then in the wine cellar to release a wine. And so you can find the same hand. I mean, the same mentality. The same mentality.
Sure. That sounds so interesting. Yeah. 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 And it's an indication of the importance of a philosophy and an approach to wine as much as the terroir.
For the terroir change, is a way to find a different quality, because in Rimini here we have a limestone soil. The estate is about 8 kilometers in front of the sea. So many times during in the day arrive many wind from the sea with the salsedine, with many salt arrive. Instead, in Masonemanno, the distance is about 30 kilometers, is a little bit different. The mineral we find in the soil with the granitic rock.
Well, Davide, it's been a fascinating conversation learning about the Gallura area of Sardinia, this wild, beautiful estate of Masonemanno, but also the contrast with Tenuta Mara near Rimini in Emilia-Romagna, and how the two areas do have some similarities. I would love to visit both properties, and I'd like to taste the wines together as well. So I hope I can come out and see you sometime soon.
When you have a possibility, we have available to show you our boot estate, because it's very beautiful estate, very nice concept to release a wine. For me, that I work especially in export, have Vermentino di Gallura and Sangiovese to bring outside our country, so US and China and then Australia.
Of course.
We have a very, very high quality to show to the buyer. No easy, but we have a not typical, Chardonnay, Merlot, Cabernet, but we have a unique grape cultivated in Italy in two different zones. So this is what are looking for many importers from the other countries.
Well, our listeners are located all around the world, in America, in Asia, in Australia, as well as in Europe. So I hope they will look out for the wines from the two estates. And indeed, when they're visiting Italy, whether Emilia-Romagna or Sardinia, they will look you up, taste the wines, and perhaps visit, as I plan to do myself. So Davide, thank you very, very much. I look forward to seeing you soon. Grazie e a presto.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode brought to you by the Wine to Wine Business Forum 2022. This year will mark the 9th edition of the forum, to be held on November 7th and 8th, 2022, in Verona, Italy. Remember, tickets are on sale now, so for more information, please visit us at winetowine.net. Guys, I'm Joy Livingston, and I am the producer of the Italian Wine Podcast. Thank you for listening. We are the only wine podcast that has been doing a daily show since the pandemic began. This is a labor of love, and we are committed to bringing you free content every day. Of course, this takes time and effort, not to mention the cost of equipment, production, and editing. We would be grateful for your donations, suggestions, requests, and ideas. For more information on how to get in touch, go to ItalianWinePodcast.com.